Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to a reading for the week of June 24th. I wrote it down, so there you go. But Cancer, we're going to jump right in here. You have this juggling card. It says, prepare to be busy, juggling many roles or projects. You also have this promoter card. It says, a new idea, project has great potential for success. So love it. I definitely feel we're in a really good time for starting new things. So, it doesn't matter what sign you are, but if you're starting something new, could definitely lead to success. I kind of feel like this is something that you're already doing, though. You could just be doing it in a different way. So it's like, let's say you have like a side hustle or, even a business or a career. It's not necessarily, like, I don't really see you necessarily, doing something completely new. Although, if you have a career, for example, maybe you're doing like the same career, you're just getting a job somewhere else, So I don't think it's like a complete change for most of you. And yeah, like you have the star, and the star says that you stand out for some reason. So I feel for a lot of you that this is whatever you're doing, it's like something that you already stand out for. I really got that feeling on that chariot. The chariot is your card, and whenever you show up as yourself, it puts you in a position of power and strength, and it really allows you to get what you want from the reading. So I feel like the chariot is kind of just like how you are showing up in a very strong position. The chariot really says where there's a will, there's a way. So whatever it is that you want to do in your life, or whatever it is that you want to work on, the chariot says, well, like if you want it, you can have it. The chariot is also as above, so below. So I think that for a lot of you, you're starting to either, believe that something is possible, and we have the star here as well, which is kind of similar, and or you are projecting the energy of being like the thing that you want to be. So pretty powerful. You have the Seven of Swords here. The first row is your current general energies, by the way. And the Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing. But the Seven of Swords really kind of represents needing to have more fun. Number one, the Seven of Swords is meant to be a good card. Golden cards in the tarot are meant to be positive no matter what. And he has these polka dots on his cloak. And the polka dots in the tarot represent needing to have more fun or needing to make sure you're not taking things too seriously. And so I definitely, that's like the vibe that I got off of this reading. Sure, could you be dealing, flying, cheating, stealing? Sure, but then leave. I think the answers are very simple here. Again, if someone's cheating on you, leave. but what I would say here is that I think for most of you, this is about, again, being more playful and inviting more play into your life. So that's what I would do there. You also have the Strength card. I feel that this plus the Chariot card is talking about kind of your level of determination. So both cards can represent being very determined to accomplish something. And then you go up to the star. So again, I think a lot of you are very determined for success, or you're creating a success because of your determination. It's like you haven't given up on something, or you've continued to invest your energy into working on whatever the star is for you. Again, the star can just be like having a North Star, just having something that you see through to, like a big goal, wish, or dream that you work towards. And I think because you haven't given up, this reading is saying that you are either getting results or you're finally seeing results. And you also have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles to me can represent kind of like material success on the horizon, basically getting a result for the work that you're doing. You have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands can represent, boundaries. I kind of feel like this is encouraging you to protect your ideas at this time. I think, I don't actually know, but I'm pretty sure that I've said this to you before. So if I have, then that is definitely confirmation that you should be protecting your ideas or your next move. Maybe that's what it's saying is like, don't tell anyone what your next move is going to be. Make the move and then you can tell people. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Strength card again. Whenever cards repeat themselves, which for some weird reason only happens for you in like every single reading, Cancer, like no other sign, get so many repeating cards. It's pretty weird, but it's basically the universe saying I meant what I said. The Strength card can, plus the Seven of Swords, can also represent, discovering better ways to do what you're doing in your life. The Seven of Swords is a card of tactics or being tactical, basically just finding a better way to do what you're doing right now. And the Strength card is kind of like having the strength and determination to see that through to the end, or to make sure that you find success. With the Strength card, you have the Knight of Pentacles, progress. Finally, I really feel this right here. The Eight of Pentacles. This Knight of Pentacles is normally like no progress, because he's the only knight that isn't making any moves in the tarot. But you go to the Eight of Pentacles, and at the beginning of the reading, I literally said it, that I was feeling something about you finally seeing the result. I feel like the Eight of Pentacles is actually more like you can see it, and that's the feeling I get there. So there you go. Next in the area, we are going to look at what's coming in for you. You have this turtle spirit, says slow and steady wins the race. You have this koala spirit, says spirit has a plan. I think that the universe is kind of like wanting to surprise you with something better than expected. We as humans, we always have a plan for doing whatever we're going to do during the day. But sometimes spirit knows best, right? Sometimes spirit knows better than we do on the actions we should take or the things we should do, or whatever you want to call it. So I feel like for a lot of you, you're kind of like seeing that you're maybe being led in a slightly better direction by the universe, and that's maybe what's going on here. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. The Ace of Pentacles, as far as what's coming in for you is concerned, would represent being presented with an opportunity. And I feel with the Queen of Swords and the Ten of Swords, this opportunity is coming in after some sort of ending. And for some of you, I feel this could be an opportunity for love, because the Queen of Swords has her hand up. Like, I always say that Queen of Swords, she has that sword up, but her hand out. She's cautiously optimistic. She is kind of like willing to receive because she has her hand up, but she is kind of like also protecting herself just a little bit. The thing with the Ace of Pentacles is that it can represent a really good opportunity that has a lot of potential. So I feel for a lot of you that whatever this opportunity is, it's going to be, whether it's love or money or otherwise, is going to be something that really has a lot of potential to grow. We have to nurture the Ace of Pentacles into existence. So, make sure you're nurturing whatever this opportunity is. The Queen of Swords is kind of, again, about seeing clearly for the first time. She only has clouds halfway up her body, but she's finally seeing clearly for the first time. So I feel like a lot of you are gaining a lot of clarity. I also feel that with this right here, sorry to keep switching, but, with the Eight of Pentacles, it's like the things that you're working on are undergoing, constant transformation. So, in work and business and career, especially is what I'm trying to spit out here. I think that the things that you're working on are going to continuously change. And I get something here about that as well with the Ten of Swords. And I feel like these changes are the blessing. He is making a symbol right here with his hands. And it's the same symbol that the Hierophant is making on his card. And that symbol just represents a blessing or receiving a blessing. The Ten of Swords can represent a blessing in disguise. And then we go up to the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups can represent fortune after difficulty. And I feel like this reading, or at least this part of the reading, is kind of like saying, it's not necessarily saying roll with the punches, but, I think that if you're like working on a project or a business, or if you're working with people, it's like things are going to continue to evolve over time, of course, which is always true. I just think that these changes are happening maybe like faster than you're used to, or, maybe you're having to adapt to changes faster. And again, I feel the reading itself is saying this is a good thing, not a bad thing. Here you go. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Pentacles going this way here, which is really positive. Four of Swords, there's a person blessing another person in that stained glass window. So I think these new opportunities are going to lead to blessings. And it's kind of like saying, look at this time as a time of, being playful, especially if you're making changes. I'm like kind of surprised that the Death card hasn't shown up here. On the Death card, there's a child, and the child is holding up flowers to the Death Rider, and the child is like the only person that's not afraid of the Death Rider on the Death card. And it just represents that children are, excited by change. They're willing to, ask a lot of questions and see what happens through a change. With the Queen of Swords, you have the Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles is about being resourceful and using your resources. I kind of feel like you're having to use your time, is what this is saying. So, maybe you're wondering if like projects you're working on are worth it, the time investment. And I think that the answer here is yes, if they are changing. If things are always staying the same in the projects that you're working on, and there is no like evolution of trying to make something work, then I would say then maybe it's a waste of time, right? But you have to be honest with yourself and look at the things you're investing your time in. If it's a relationship, a business, whatever, I think you need to say like, is there progress in this situation right here? Knight of Pentacles. Is it getting me closer to what I actually want with the Star, or is it just staying stuck where it is? And again, I can't answer that question for you. Like, are you kidding? With the Ten of Swords, here you go, Death card. Exactly. I was getting major death vibes off of this row, so I think that the secret to success with what is coming in for you is that excitement energy, the excited about new ideas, being excited to ask questions, and being excited to being willing to explore new ways of doing things. And again, as long as there is evolution in what you're doing, I think that that is kind of like a clue from the universe that you're going in the right direction. Next, we're going to look at messages from your future self. So you have this going forward card and this stillness card. Kind of funny because stillness would obviously be being still, no change, and the going forward card would be forward momentum or moving forward. On a very simple level, the Chariot is a card of momentum, and that's your very first card in this reading. And the Chariot would represent forward progress or forward movement. So I think as long as you're getting closer to the light here, Cancer, with the star, the Chariot, the Death card even has the sun in the background, then that is like a clue to you that from your future self as well, that you're moving in the right direction. The stillness card, again, I do feel that pretty much all of us, everybody, is in a time where, if you need time for yourself, Four Swords at the end, take some time for yourself. If you need to rest, relax, recover, make sure you're getting resting, relaxing, recovering time. You have the Star, the Ten of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. The Star is a card of like fulfillment in some ways, and I kind of have the word fulfillment. I don't really look at the Star as fulfillment, but it kind of is, because she is about to step into that pool there. That pool represents the pool of universal consciousness, and those ripples kind of represent her telling the universe what she wants. And so she's sending these vibrations out into the universe, and when she steps into the pool, then she's finding fulfillment. So again, I think that you are telling the universe what you want with your actions, with your words, all those things. And the star can represent having a focus, this big star right here, having a North Star, having something that is your guiding light in life that you continuously work towards. And if you do that, I feel like that's going to lead to the most success. And again, we are in a time of the star, Pluto going into Aquarius in November officially. And, when it moves into Aquarius officially, I think that, having some sort of North Star is going to really help guide you through that energy. And, again, I would find something right now. Just because Pluto is retrograding through Aquarius and it's going to enter into Capricorn soon enough, it doesn't mean that you can't work with this energy right now. And that's what I would do with the Star card. You have the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is like fortune after difficulty, good things happening after a difficult period of time. It looks to me like there could be a blessing in disguise, like I said, with the Ten of Swords, and then also the Four of Swords right here. Four of Swords isn't really a blessing in disguise, but it is a blessing. So I do feel there could be some sort of blessing here. You have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a material success on the horizon. So you getting paid for the work that you've done in the past, or it could just be you starting to see results for the hard work that you've been doing. And you also have this card at the end here that says your commitment is being tested. I kind of do feel that here, with everything that's going on here. It's not like so much your commitment. I think it's like more your commitment to your vision, and it's saying, are you doing things in your life that do not get you closer to that star? It's like I say, it's like everything I do is, everything I do is to work on my project Dent Makers, right? And so like everything I do, I make sure that it goes in that direction. And, I feel that the star is saying, does everything you do, for the most part, does it aim towards your North Star? You have this, in the area of the good stuff, you have this card that says, don't let the past hold you back. You also have this card that says your commitment is being tested. So I would definitely make sure that, you're not letting the past hold you back here, and that you're focusing on, bigger and better things for yourself. I feel like, and I didn't even clarify this row, so I'm losing my mind today here, Cancer. Let's see. We have to clarify all this stuff first, and then we'll jump forward to that. With the star, you have the Eight of Cups. Yeah, walking away from things that no longer serve you. I probably skipped forward because, again, I really wanted to talk about that your commitment being tested card, and the Eight of Cups would say don't let your past hold you back as well. He's walking away from those 8 cups because he knows something just isn't right. It's not going to get him closer to his fulfillment. It's not going to get him closer to getting to the star. And so I feel for a lot of you, it could be a good time to like weigh up your options and make sure you're getting closer to the star. With the Ten of Cups, you have the Two of Wands. You have the Two of Wands twice here and going in the same direction, more or less. And, I think that some of you could be discovering love. I wouldn't really call this a love reading, but I do get something about love with the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands would represent like stepping outside of a comfort zone to discover love. And you definitely could be discovering like a new connection here if you're looking for love. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Hangman. The Hangman is about, gaining enlightenment, and the Star is also about gaining enlightenment. So this whole row, and then you have the Hermit right here. The Hermit has the Star in his lantern, and he's been through some big challenge, or he's been on this long journey, or he's been through a dark night of the soul. And the story of the Hermit is that now he has to kind of like share his inner light. He has to open that lantern up, and he needs to share something. So it could be time for you to share, everything you've learned. So again, don't let the whole past hold you back. Your commitment is being tested. I think that the commitment is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands, he's looking out like in front of him at the world in front of him, but he's not looking at that world that he has in his hands. So it's kind of like saying you could leave a comfort zone and probably accomplish a lot more than you think you can, but you have to take the lead in your life, and you have to actually step out into the world and accomplish more than you think you can. So I think this is encouraging like accomplishments. I think it's encouraging you to step outside comfort zones and do things you've never done before, all that other good stuff. So that is definitely what I would do with this Two of Wands energy. You have the Hermit. Again, the story of the Hermit is that he is frozen at the top of this hill or this mountain, and he could put that lantern down by his feet and he could set himself free. So if you are feeling stuck, it says take your knowledge and wisdom, take everything you learned from all the difficulties that you've experienced, and look at what you learned. That's the thing that will set you free with the Hermit type energy. I also feel like I feel like some of you are seeing the writing on the wall in some sort of situation. Everything about the Hermit represents knowledge and wisdom, and so he's gained knowledge and wisdom. And I feel like some of you could have a question, like a big question in your head, where you're saying, like, should I leave this job and go somewhere else? Or, should I leave this group of friends and go somewhere else? Or should I do this or that? And I feel like the Hermit is saying, well, actually, if you look at everything you learned, you probably already have learned the lessons that you could learn from, whatever this is that you're asking the question about. And I think if you really like slow down, if you really Four Swords and kind of meditate upon it, that you already know the answer. You already know that either something isn't going to work, or maybe you already know that something just needs some evolution time, which is kind of what I feel for you. I think that something just needs time to develop. It's like a baby, and it just hasn't grown arms and legs yet. It just hasn't gotten to that point. And, things are happening behind the scenes. So again, I think the clue for you, for the questions that you have for yourself, is development. For the most part, are things developing? Are they moving towards a goal, the star? And if the answer is yes, keep going. If the answer is no, then obviously, look for something else, right? With the Two of Wands, you have the Six of Cups, more childlike energy here. We see a lot of it here. Two children on the Ten of Cups, the Death card, the child, and Six of Cups would represent your inner child. Obviously, this inner child energy is very good for Cancer. Cancer is all about your inner child. And so it could be a good time to just be playful, Seven of Swords, to express yourself more, to ask more, deep questions and all that other stuff. With the Hermit, you have the High Priestess. I think that, some of you need to trust your intuition more. This is showing up in the good stuff, though, so the High Priestess is pretty good anyway. It just says that your intuition is on point. It also says, the High Priestess is a card of potential, and she kind of represents unlimited potential. So whatever you're thinking about working on, or that you are working on with that star card, it really has unlimited potential. The only thing that can limit it is you, right? With the Four Swords, you have the Fool. The Fool is, didn't we start with like a new beginning card or something like that? Or am I making that up? I think I'm making that up. But, anyway, I think it would be a good time for you to take a leap of faith towards a new beginning or towards something new with the Fool card. And you do have the Chariot. The Chariot is definitely a new beginning. He's leaving the city behind him behind. This card really wants to come out. It's the Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, making big moves, which I do think it's a great time for Cancer to, make big moves or to do big things. And, that's what I would do here. So let's see. You have this dog far away. It says a distant friend is thinking of you. So if you have a person that you're thinking about, might be a good time to communicate with them. You have this moon. It says changes in your life. Yes, the whole entire reading talks about you making changes. I think that this is saying, protect your next move with the Nine of Wands as well. So if you're thinking about making a big change or doing something different with your life, before you do it, make sure that the people in your life don't get in your way or, don't cause problems. You have this August card and this chair-filled card. It says someone new is entering your life. So there definitely, by the month of August, could be a new person coming in for you if you are looking for love. I am also getting that if you're not looking for love, I kind of have like something like an opportunity. It's like maybe you get the opportunity to go on a work trip or to go to a work meeting, like a conference or something like that. And it could be in the month of August. If that is for you, I would definitely do it. I think you could be meeting people who are not just like a person for love. I think you could be meeting people who are going to help you grow in your career or help you grow in whatever you do. So I think that would be worth it. You have this wealth card. Yeah, really good time for wealth. I don't think wealth is easy right now, but I do think that it's a good time for wealth. So, I think that people think that means that it has to be easy, but I definitely don't think it is. I think that we just learned from Jupiter in Taurus, which is like long, sustainable wealth, which is more important. And that's what I would be practicing. Like, how can I make things sustainable? How can I make the wealth that I'm growing? How can I make it last a longer period of time? And that's what I would do here. You also have this card that says unsuccessful outcome to a problem. Like what I'm getting here off of this card is that I would be careful of like fixed energy or situations that are too fixed. As in, if you're in a situation that is not flexible, that's not developing or evolving or growing, I think that you're going to have a hard time like being in those situations. I think that if you get into situations that are much more like focused, that have a goal, but are also willing to change, then those, and I'm speaking very generally because I think this is in all areas of your life: work, business, money, love, everything. And as long as you're in those growth situations, then you're going to have growth. If you don't, then you're going to be stuck. So pretty straightforward. Looks really good here, Cancer. So thank you for being here and definitely enjoy your week.